imagine a black man, nearly 2 meters tall, wielding a razor-sharp katana, standing side by side with Oda Nobunaga, the most powerful warlord in 16th century Japan? This isn't Hollywood, nor manga fiction. This is the true story of Yasuke, the only black samurai in Japanese history, a man who rose from slavery to legendary warrior, only to be erased from history for over 400 years. Right now, Legacy Stories will retell this shocking tale, a story of courage, honor, and the most heartbreaking betrayal in samurai history. Our journey begins in 1579, when an Italian Jesuit missionary named Alessandro Valignano set foot in Japan. With him was a towering black man, muscles rippling like a living statue. He may have come from Mozambique, Sudan, or Ethiopia. No one knows for sure. But one thing is certain. He was about to change Japanese history forever. When this black giant appeared in the streets of Kyoto, the city erupted. Thousands flocked just to catch a glimpse of the Black Demon, a being they'd never seen before. The crowds were so massive that people were trampled and walls collapsed. News of the Black Demon quickly reached Oda Nobunaga, the most powerful and ruthless daimyo in Japan. Nobunaga, a man who feared nothing, was so intrigued he demanded to meet this demon in person. When they met, Nobunaga couldn't believe his eyes. He ordered the black man to strip to the waist and wash, to prove his skin wasn't painted or covered in mud. When Yasuke's skin remained dark, Nobunaga wasn't afraid, he was fascinated. He gave him the name Yasuke, meaning the quiet one in Japanese. But Yasuke was more than just a spectacle. Intelligent and quick-witted, he learned Japanese at lightning speed and understood many cultures. Nobunaga, notoriously demanding and respectful only of strength, was gradually won over by Yasuke's presence. Within a year, the unthinkable happened. Nobunaga officially made Yasuke a samurai, something unprecedented in Japanese history. For a foreigner, especially a black man, to become a samurai sent shockwaves through Japan. Samurai weren't just warriors. They were the noble class, bound by the strict bushido code of honor, loyalty, and sacrifice. Yasuke was not only granted samurai status, but also received a house, a katana, and, most importantly, the right to bear a family name. He became one of Nobunaga's most trusted men. Yasuke quickly proved worthy of the title. He fought alongside Nobunaga in many battles, from unification campaigns to conflicts against rival daimyo. His enormous stature and extraordinary strength made him one of the most fearsome warriors on the battlefield. Historical records note that enemies were terrified at the sight of the black samurai, having never seen anyone like him. But Yasuke was more than a fighting machine. He became Nobunaga's close advisor, the only one allowed to carry weapons near his lord. Nobunaga, famous for his suspicion and ruthlessness, trusted Yasuke completely, a testament to Yasuke's intellect and character. Yasuke's life changed dramatically. From a nameless slave, he became a respected samurai, living in castles, served by dozens of attendants. He mastered the use of the katana, bow, spear, and, most importantly, horseback riding, the ultimate samurai skill. Yasuke also immersed himself in Japanese culture, learning tea ceremony, calligraphy, haiku poetry, and Zen philosophy. Yet Yasuke's fate was inextricably linked to Nobunaga. And on the 21st of June 1582, at Honnoji Temple in Kyoto, Yasuke faced the greatest tragedy of his life. Akechi Mitsuhide, one of Nobunaga's most trusted generals, betrayed his lord. With 13,000 troops, Mitsuhide surrounded Honnoji, where Nobunaga was resting with only a handful of retainers, including Yasuke. Upon realizing the betrayal, Nobunaga didn't panic. Together with Yasuke and a few samurai, he fought valiantly against overwhelming odds. Yasuke fought like a wounded lion, his katana felling dozens of foes. But with so few defenders, resistance was futile. Seeing no escape, Nobunaga performed seppuku, the samurai's ritual suicide. Before dying, he gave Yasuke one final order: protect his son, Oda Nobunaga, at Nijo Castle. Heartbroken but loyal to the end, Yasuke fought his way out and rushed to Nijo. At Nijo Castle, Yasuke continued to fight alongside Nobutada. But Mitsuhide's betrayal was thorough. The castle was completely surrounded, and again, Yasuke watched as his master Nobutada took his own life to preserve his honor. When Yasuke was finally captured, something remarkable happened. Mitsuhide, the man who killed Nobunaga, didn't execute Yasuke. Instead, he declared, "Yasuke is not Japanese. He does not understand samurai honor, so he is not worthy of death." It might have been an insult, or perhaps a sign of respect for Yasuke's courage. Yasuke was returned to the Jesuit missionaries. From that moment, his trail vanishes from Japanese history. No one knows what became of him, whether he returned to Africa, stayed in Japan, or how long he lived. History seems to have deliberately erased the only black samurai. For over 400 years, Yasuke's story survived only in a few lines in Japanese and European records. Japanese scholars appeared to ignore him, perhaps uncomfortable admitting a black foreigner had been a samurai. Only recently, thanks to researchers like Thomas Lockley and Jeffrey Gerard, has Yasuke's story resurfaced in full. Modern research reveals Yasuke was not just a fascinating historical figure, but a symbol of courage and loyalty. He overcame every barrier of race, language, and culture to become a true samurai. In the rigidly hierarchical society of 16th century Japan, Yasuke's acceptance was not just a miracle, it was a testament to his character. Yasuke's story also reveals another side of Oda Nobunaga, a brutal warlord, but also an astonishingly open-minded visionary. Nobunaga was the first to adopt European firearms, support Christianity, and break old traditions. His elevation of Yasuke was not just a personal decision, but a progressive act far ahead of its time. Today, Yasuke inspires countless works of art. From manga and anime to Hollywood and video games, the Black Samurai has become a pop culture icon. Netflix produced the anime series Yasuke, starring Lakeith Stanfield. Chadwick Boseman, before his passing, was slated to play Yasuke in a Hollywood film. But Yasuke's importance goes beyond pop culture. He proves that honor, courage, and the samurai spirit transcend skin color or origin. He lived and died by bushido, in the truest. Thank you for joining Legacy Stories. Don't forget to subscribe and like, because this is the motivation to help Legacy Stories produce more interesting historical videos.